Fire Emblem. Engage.
Hello friends, this is Access. Welcome back to chapter 21 of this Fire Emblem Engage Anything Goes Maddening LTC. While I'd like to call this another breather chapter, it really isn't given how many times Cab and I had to replay it. The truth is that we took our time to do a lot of preps for the upcoming final battle of the run. But let's not spoil all of that. For this reason, the battle preps shown here are going to be somewhat condensed. Prince Alfred and Princess Timera have contributed more than we ever imagined. Now it's time for some retainers to perform. So Coach Alear called Marin back and also drafted Gomeri into the soccer team that will play back-to-back matches. Here's a question for you. Marin and Gomeri both have base stats, but one of them will be essential for chapter 22 while the other can be replaced by someone else. Can you guess who and why? Feel free to leave us a comment with your thoughts. As you can tell from the fact that I'm giving such a poll, there's not a lot to talk about in battle preps. This chapter is easy to staff skip, so we once again focus on having a 100% chance of success. We also continue training Chloe, Kagetsu and Ivy, who need to reach their respective level benchmarks by the end. Most other units serve a supporting role in this clear. Notably, we see General Panette back with Sigurd alongside Sniper Citrinne with Ling. The Citrinne-Panette duo absolutely destroyed Marnie and Mauv in chapter 19, and here they will give the same treatment to the remaining hounds and their boss. Speaking of chapter 19, Cab and I were surprised but delighted to see that our no DLC one-turn clear video had a big spike in popularity. Thanks everyone for watching and liking it. As a fun fact, it's our first and only video to have more likes than chapter 9 where Diamant promoted into a Sage Lord. I guess only a Sage Lord can beat a Sage Lord. Anyways, let's get into this one-turn clear of chapter 21. To start, Citrinne Fu moves above Alear to snipe Evil Veil's first life from 19 tiles away. We put Erika engraving on the Radiant Bow because our might engraves are all needed elsewhere. But Citrinne still has enough attack to one-shot and gets an interesting level up afterwards. What's more interesting is that thanks to all the Astral Storm kills since chapter 16, Citrinne exactly maxes out bound level with Ling before we temporarily lose the emblems. Ivy moves above Citrinne to kill the middle general, clearing a path for our other units to move up. Then, our substitute Mauv moves in a contemplative manner as he wonders how he will avenge Marnie without doing anything. Gomeri uses Mia S-Ring to shove Chloe up, while Marin repositions Citrinne to right to complete a quintet of units that will be group rescued later. After Pandrio rescues Hortensia, all our units except Lyndon now line up perfectly symmetrically, ready to launch their attacks on Gris, Zafia and Veil. Micaiah Word 2 moves further up to rescue Alear, Panette, Chloe, Kagetsu and Citrinne next to her. Did I say that Kagetsu will participate in killing the bosses? Sorry, I misspoke. As a scrub, Onigiri does not easily double Gris, who for some reasons has 29 speed here. He cannot break through Zafia either, so we have no choice but to let Kagetsu continue Parthia farming of a sage near Gris, who gives 64 XP thanks to Parthia, lineage and mentorship XP multipliers. In contrast, Panette verily shows how a clean kill of Gris is done. With Edelgard engrave Brave Lance+1, Sigurd's momentum, and Strength Dex +2 inherited in chapter 19, she slightly overkills Gris' first life at exactly 100 hits. The perfect hit rate is thanks to the forging, engraving, skill, tonics, as well as 2 secret books and 3 goddess icons that Panette took during battle preps. Here, Kagetsu did a good deed by providing Ching attack and giving Panette slightly more XP as we explained previously. After Panette canters, Edelgard Chloe moved up to kill Zafia's first life with Fail Notch. With all the drug intake over the course of this run, Chloe is fast and strong enough to double and cleanly kill despite Zafia's high bulk. Danced by Citrinne, Chloe then kills Zafia a second time before cantering into Goddess Dance formation. Paladin Alear now moves to refresh the actions of Panette, Kagetsu, Chloe and Citrinne, giving them 10 dex each or 20 extra hits. This will be very useful because Gris and especially Veil are very dodgy. We see another Alear level up in Paladin, which is a pretty good one, but likely her last. Alear canters to up, enabling Chloe to use Houses Unite Plus on Zafia for an exact finish. Before Zafia retreats, she drops us an S-ranked sword. Unfortunately, it's not the gorgeous Georgius. This one is no better than a forged silver sword, as it offers slightly higher might at the cost of being heavier. On the other hand, Gris holds a precious spirit dust in his pockets, which we now send Chloe to grab. With her actions refreshed after Houses Unite Plus, Chloe uses Fail Not to kill Gris' second life at 3 range without taking a counter. She then gets danced by Sida again and finishes Gris with Raging Storm. The courage is clearly unnecessary, but it shows our anger that the final spirit dust in the game comes so late. Near our starting positions, Lyndon is still waiting to restore symmetry and have his first combat in the run. Thanks to bonus warp range of the cavalry type, Celica Lyndon can warp Ragnarok next to Alear and deal a respectable 16 damage to the tanky wyvern. This chip sets up an exact Parseer kill for Kagetsu, who can't kill on his own despite doing high effective damage. He is bruised, but more hurt mentally. The saving grace is that Kagetsu gets a decent level up. We'll soon see what a Scrub can do with all the favoritism. Now there's only Veil left with 2 remaining lives. Panette full moves 10 tiles and performs another override with the Roy Silver Grey Lance +3 from chapter 19. It's an exact kill on Veil, and Panette also levels up almost exactly thanks to Kagetsu's earlier help. Last but not least, let's turn animations on and watch Chloe defeat evil Veil for good. Even though Veil has a whopping 94 avoid on a heal tile, Chloe still pulls 100 hit on her thanks to high dex and luck, as well as bonus hit from Alear's Goddess Dance. Perhaps Veil shouldn't be holding the Fail Chiang, because that is destined to fail against Chloe's Fail Not. After this kill, Chloe gains another level up, and fitting with the combat art she used, an ominous star has fallen. That is chapter 21 cleared in 1 turn. Cab and I will see you next time for the grand finale of the run.